According to Buddhism in general, you have the conventional mode of how things exist, which is the Davidness of David and the carpetness of carpet and the cupness of cups and like that. They've all got their own distinct conventional mode of existing, and they're all kind of within that context exist, conventionally speaking. Then you have the ultimate or final mode of existence of things, okay? And that's, if you like, the same for everything. So ultimately, Buddha would say, you cannot find inherent, self-existent glassesness. Glasses are empty of being inherent, findable, real, in and of themselves glassesness, which is how we grasp at everything, Buddha would say, due to this fundamental ignorance in our mind. It is empty of that, and empty in this sense simply means lacking that type of existence. But the ignorance within our mind, Buddha is saying, which is completely pervasive, absolutely clings to that, believes it, sees it 1,000,000,000% unceasingly. And it's a total, big, fat, rotten lie. And it's the mother of all lies, the cause of all suffering, the cause of universes, finally, the cause of everything. Okay, Buddha says it is empty of all of this. Ultimately, you cannot find glasses. Ultimately, there is no glasses from its own side. There's no David from its own side. There's no carpet from its own side. There's no kaka from its own side. The emptiness of everything, the emptiness of kaka and the emptiness of you is the same. All are empty or lack an ultimate reality, a final a findable inherentness. Conventionally, nevertheless, we indeed can point to glasses, not a problem. There are glasses there, and it would be very stupid to call it a cup. You'd be in trouble. Coffee would burn you. So the thing is, right now, there's this huge contradiction when we hear about, oh, there are glasses. Grasp. No, sorry, there are no glasses. Oh my God, chuck them out with the bathwater. We go too far. We have these two extreme ways of seeing. So we either cling to everything as having an inherent eternalistic nature. Now, interestingly, philosophically speaking, Buddhism would say that Christianity and Hinduism and Islam have this view. Just talking philosophically, not being sectarian here. Okay? Have the view of real, solid, self-existent something, real, solid, self-existent out there God, real, solid, self-existent soul. Buddhism would assert that it's not possible to be this. Buddhism would argue with the Christian and say, you've got the wrong end of the stick. Yes, there's God, but it's interdependent. Everyone can become it, like I was saying before. It's just a philosophical discussion. And that the view we have of self-existent God out there and soul and absolute and permanent and inherent is a product of this fundamental ignorance that posits that, therefore doesn't see this. So these two extreme views we have, either the nihilistic one, chuck the baby out with the bathwater, or, oh, grasp, you know. And these are the instinctive ways that our mind thinks now. So what Buddha says is there's this view that ultimately there is no glasses, but the more you understand how there is glasses conventionally in its appropriate way, the more you get that it's empty. And the more you realize how there is no glasses from its own side, the more it helps you understand conventional. Okay, the shorthand for conventional reality is dependent arising. That means it's a dependent arising. It arose in dependence upon causes and conditions. Now, karma is causes and conditions for me. Right now, because of ignorance in my mind, I cling to and believe in a self-existent, real, solid, out here, schizophrenic, separate, made by somebody else, hopeless victim me-ness, which gives rise to attachment and anger and pride and jealousy and all the suffering, right? All coming from this fundamental ignorance, this fundamental misconception that is the exact opposite of the truth, that I'm a completely interdependent scenario. So because everything is empty, there can be even karma. Therefore, there is no real glasses. Therefore, there is no real Robina, self-existent, solid, poor victim, mean, nasty, horrible David. They are the creations of ignorance.